my drunken ex-fiancé after he made possessive comments and started dating other women while I'm pregnant. I am not asking for any advice anymore. But I want to tell you all that I canceled the wedding. I am not marrying him. I told him to take a break from our relationship. I moved in with my parents. I started therapy, but I felt so sick. My therapist told me that given the fact that I am pregnant, strong emotions are not good. I vomited after both sessions. She recommended a few books. I will read them. What made me do it was that this time he didn't fly for 2 weeks. He came home for a few days. He had a conflict with my dad and asked my dad to leave us alone. I wouldn't have believed this, but Dad recorded the whole conversation. My ex-fiancé, said that I am his now, to which my father replied, "If you lay your hands on her, I will unalive you with my bare hands." And instead of telling him how he wouldn't hurt me, he kept reminding Dad he has no influence anymore. So I have to tell you thank you. I feel bad, but for now, I'm at least at peace. I didn't cut all ties with him. We met when I was packing. He kissed me and wanted to make love. I pushed him away. He even cried a little bit. I don't know what the future holds. For now, we are on hold. He is leaving again these days. Dad said that he will probably find some girls while he is away. I got a bit scared and sad, like in grief for that possibility. I hope not. Anyway, thank you guys for all. I will be all right. I am 29 years old and expecting a baby girl. I have been dating my fiancé, who is 34 years old, for a year. We are getting married and things are going smoothly. Due to some bad history, I avoided dating and he was my first. The guy is an airline pilot and is gone for 17 days a month, which is fine for my avoidant attachment style. It is heaven. He is good-looking, intelligent, and gets along with my family. Yet at a family event recently, he got drunk and told my cousin some unkind things about his girlfriend. He called her an intimacy lover. She is known for her past of sleeping around in this tiny community, and warned him that her fat backside will get even fatter after she delivers a baby. Then he said that his woman has only been with him, and even after she gives him a bunch of kids, will not look old or gain weight. Now his woman is me. I found the wording very mean, and also to give him kids, like a child is something a wife gives to her husband. I don't know what to think about all this. He was extremely drunk. He spent the night on all fours vomiting in the toilet. My cousin put him in the car and took him to my place. And now some memories come to my mind. I am fit as I hit the gym daily, but during winter, I gain a bit of weight. He was not mean or anything, but bought me some jeans that were small to motivate me to lose weight. He said it was a joke though. Also, I am an elementary school teacher, and I thought about changing my career for an office job. He wasn't against the idea, but he said being a school teacher is nice for a girl. I talked to him again. I didn't push on that conversation he had with my cousin as he was super drunk, but I confronted him about the fact that we are going to have a baby girl, and I hope he will not fat shame her or cause her distress that will lead to eating disorders. For just a few minutes he was calm, but in the end told me my head is full of feminist nonsense and left, closing the door hard behind him. Then he returned maybe 35 minutes later and apologized. But I am just very confused, and I will spend the night at my parents' house. Now for an update. He told me to come home or he will come to my parents' house. He did. It was not violent nor angry, but he had been drinking a bit. My dad was very nice to him and calm, but also firm, and didn't let him inside because of the alcohol. He talked to him in a normal voice and told him he is welcome in his house when he is sober. My fiancé tried to move past him just to check if I was there, but he did not allow him. I have never seen my dad this way. He grabbed him by the shoulders to keep him from approaching me. In the end, Dad convinced him to go back home and also went with him to have a talk. My dad is driving, so everyone is safe. I think this will help a lot, actually. Now, for a few comments before the update. Comment 1. Info. Can you still get him baby on a living? Otherwise, you will be connected to your ex-partner forever. I truly hope you can still get one in order to never have to deal with him again. Comment 2. No, he is not your guy. Plus, he is being disrespectful to quite a few people. What airline is he working for, so I do not get on that plane? He sounds unhinged. Now for the update, I'm back with an update, and trust me, this one comes with a ton of tea. So, just over a week has passed since I moved back in with my parents after canceling my wedding. Honestly, it feels like a weight has been lifted off my chest. I've been focusing on my health and going to therapy regularly. I'm not gonna lie, therapy has become my safe space. My therapist is awesome, even if she does make me cry sometimes. My parents have been supportive, helping me set up a comfortable space at home for when the baby comes. They even painted the nursery a color I actually like. Who knew they could be so chill? My therapist suggested some books about parenting and self-care, which I've started reading. The self-care stuff is still a work in progress, but at least I'm trying. I had a follow-up appointment with my doctor to check on the pregnancy, which went well. Baby's heart rate is good, and I'm just trying not to be super stressed. I mentioned to my mom that I was worried about my ex-fiancé meeting someone else while he's away. I swear, my mom has a sixth sense for knowing when I'm about to spiral. She reassured me that I needed to focus on my own well-being and the baby. One evening, my dad and I were watching a game, and he received a text that made him look uneasy. I asked him if everything was okay, and he brushed it off, saying it was work-related. Yeah, right, Dad, I know that look. A few days later, my ex-fiancé reached out, wanting to meet to talk about the relationship. At this point, I was just over everything, so I agreed, hoping for closure. We decided to meet at a diner where we used to go. The conversation started off calm, but when we began discussing the future, he became defensive. Like, really defensive. He brought up our past arguments, highlighting my concerns about his comments on women. I pointed out how he never took my concerns seriously, which led to a heated exchange. He accused me of trying to control him, which I found infuriating. Control him? Please. I ended the meeting early and left feeling frustrated and upset. My ex-fiancé sent me a text later saying he was going to a party with friends that weekend. Of course, right? My sister Kate surprised me with a visit to cheer me up, bringing my favorite snacks. Bless her, seriously. She told me about a family gathering coming up for my grandparents' anniversary. My dad mentioned that my ex-fiancé would likely be there, which made me anxious. Because, of course, my life isn't dramatic enough. During the gathering, everything seemed normal, but I caught my ex-fiancé talking to another woman. My brother Jake noticed I was distracted and asked if I was okay. I played it cool, saying I was just tired. After a while, I confronted him about the woman, asking who she was. He said she was just a friend, but I didn't believe him, especially after everything that happened. I decided to leave early, feeling overwhelmed and needing space. A few days later, I found a message on social media from my ex-fiancé's friend. The friend mentioned that my ex had been seeing someone new for a while. My heart dropped. I called him and asked to meet, choosing a quiet coffee shop nearby. When we met, I asked directly about the new relationship. He admitted to going on dates but insisted it meant nothing. He still wanted to be involved in the baby's life. I told him that I needed space and would figure things out on my own. He seemed frustrated and said he didn't want to be cut out of everything. My parents were supportive, but my dad expressed concern about my ex's intentions. At this point, it's like, what does he even want? It's just a mess. Edit. I appreciate the support and questions. I want to clarify a few things. My therapist has been incredible, and I'm focusing on my health and coping strategies. The text my dad received was related to work, but it did make me uneasy. I don't know if my ex-fiancé's friend was being truthful about him seeing someone else, but it felt like a betrayal. I have no plans to reconcile or get back together with him. I want to raise my daughter independently. The family event was uncomfortable, but my parents are protective, which I appreciate. I'm trying to stay positive for my baby.